Family Therapy, Engaging Systems for Healing. Module 1, Introduction to Family Therapy. Lesson 1.1, Foundations of Family Therapy. Overview and Evolution of Family Therapy. Key Principles and Theoretical Frameworks, for example, Systemic Theory, Communication Theory. Lesson 1.2, The Systemic Perspective. Understanding Families as Systems. Concepts of homeostasis, boundaries, subsystems, and roles within the family system. Lesson 1.3, Schools of Family Therapy. Overview of major models, for example, structural, strategic, Bonian, solution-focused, narrative. Key founders and contributors. Module 2, Techniques and Applications. Lesson 2.1, Family Therapy Techniques. Techniques specific to different schools, for example, genograms, circular questioning, reframing. How and when to use each technique. Lesson 2.2, Conducting Family Sessions. Setting the stage, initial session structure, setting goals, and assessing family dynamics. Navigating complexities, dealing with resistance, secrets, and alliances. Lesson 2.3, Specific Applications in Family Therapy. Application to various issues, for example, marital problems, child and adolescent behavior problems, mental illness. Case studies showcasing real-world applications. Module 3, Advanced Concepts in Family Therapy. Lesson 3.1, Integrating Individual and Family Therapy. Balancing individual needs with family dynamics. Techniques for integrating individual therapy insights into family sessions. Lesson 3.2, Cultural Competence in Family Therapy. Understanding and respecting diversity in family structures, beliefs, and values. Adapting therapy to be culturally sensitive and inclusive. Lesson 3.3, Ethical and Professional Issues in Family Therapy. Confidentiality, informed consent, and ethical dilemmas specific to family therapy. Professional development and self-care for family therapists. Module 4, Practice and Professional Development. Lesson 4.1, Developing as a Family Therapist. Skills and qualities of effective family therapists. Pathways for training and certification in family therapy. Lesson 4.2, Supervision and Consultation. The role of supervision in developing family therapy skills. Finding and making the most of supervision and consultation. Lesson 4.3, Research and Future Directions in Family Therapy. Current research trends and how they inform practice. Future directions in family therapy models and applications. Let's start with Module 1, Introduction to Family Therapy, specifically focusing on Lesson 1.1, Foundations of Family Therapy. This lesson is designed to provide a comprehensive introduction to the field of family therapy, laying the groundwork for understanding its development, key principles, and theoretical frameworks. Module 1, Introduction to Family Therapy. Lesson 1.1, Foundations of Family Therapy. Objective: Introduce learners to the history, evolution, and fundamental principles of family therapy. Content overview. Definition of family therapy. Family therapy is a branch of psychotherapy that works with families and couples in intimate relationships to nurture change and development. It emphasizes family relationships as an important factor in psychological health. Historical evolution. Trace the evolution of family therapy from the 1950s to the present, highlighting milestones like the establishment of the American Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, AAMFT, and the introduction of systemic therapy concepts. Key principles of family therapy. Introduce principles such as systems theory, which views the family as an interconnected system where change in one part affects the whole system, and communication theory, which analyzes the patterns of communication within the family unit. Theoretical frameworks. Overview of theoretical frameworks that guide family therapy. Systemic theory focuses on the family as a system of relationships and interactions. Communication theory examines the use of language and nonverbal communication within the family. How to do/apply. Exploring the definition and evolution. Activity: create a timeline that highlights key events in the history of family therapy. Discussion: reflect on how the definition of family has evolved over time and its impact on therapy practices. Understanding key principles. Exercise: analyze a case study to identify how systems theory and communication theory apply to real-world family dynamics. Application: conduct role plays that demonstrate the systemic impact of individual behavior changes within a family. Theoretical frameworks deep dive. Group activity: divide learners into groups, each assigned a theoretical framework to research and present on its application in family therapy. Practical application: use a family genogram, a graphical representation of a family tree that displays detailed data on relationships among individuals, to assess family relationships and patterns across generations. Educational strategies. Interactive lectures: use multimedia presentations to introduce the foundational concepts of family therapy, including videos and interviews with key figures in the field. Case studies and role plays facilitate the application of theoretical knowledge through analysis of case studies and engaging in role plays that simulate family therapy sessions. Collaborative learning: encourage group discussions and projects to foster a deeper understanding of the material and promote the exchange of ideas among learners. Assessment methods. Written assignments: evaluate learners' understanding of the historical context and key principles through reflective essays. Presentations: assess group presentations on theoretical frameworks for their accuracy, depth of analysis, and creativity. Practical demonstrations: use role-play observations and feedback to assess the application of family therapy principles in simulated settings. This lesson plan aims to equip learners with a foundational understanding of family therapy, focusing on its history, key principles, and theoretical frameworks, thereby laying the groundwork for more specialized knowledge and skills in subsequent modules. Continuing with Module 1 on Introduction to Family Therapy, we'll proceed to Lesson 1.2, the Systemic Perspective, further deepening the foundational knowledge established in the first lesson. This lesson will explore the core concept of viewing families as interconnected systems, which is central to family therapy practice. Lesson 1.2, the Systemic Perspective. Objective: equip learners with an understanding of the systemic perspective as it applies to families, emphasizing the concepts of homeostasis, boundaries, subsystems, and roles within the family system. Content overview. Understanding families as systems. Definition: a systemic perspective views the family as a whole system, with members' behaviors influenced by and influencing the system's dynamics. Homeostasis: this term describes the family system's tendency to maintain equilibrium and resist change. Boundaries in family systems. Definition: boundaries are the rules defining who participates in the system and how. They can be open, closed, or diffused, impacting the system's health and functioning. Types of boundaries: explore the differences between rigid, permeable, and enmeshed boundaries and their effects on family members. Family subsystems. Definition: subsystems are smaller units within the family system, organized around gender, generation, or function, for example, parental, sibling. Roles and functions: each subsystem has roles that contribute to the family's overall functioning and dynamics. Roles within the family system. Definition: roles are the recurrent patterns of behavior by which individuals fulfill family needs and maintain the family's functional equilibrium. Common family roles: the caretaker, the scapegoat, the peacemaker, etc., and how these roles affect family dynamics. How to do/apply. Exploring families as systems. Exercise: map out a family system using a genogram, identifying the homeostasis mechanism at play. Discussion: how do changes in one part of the system affect the whole? Analyzing boundaries. Activity: Case studies analysis where learners identify types of boundaries and propose interventions to improve family dynamics. Role play, simulate scenarios that exemplify rigid, permeable, and enmeshed boundaries and their impact. Understanding subsystems and roles. Group project, create presentations on different family subsystems, highlighting their unique roles and functions. Reflection, learners write about their perceived role within their family or a case study family, analyzing the effects on personal and family well-being. Educational strategies. Interactive workshops, facilitate hands-on sessions where learners construct and analyze genograms of fictional or historical families. Collaborative learning, encourage teamwork in projects and role plays to foster a deeper understanding of systemic concepts. Reflective practice, use reflective writing assignments to connect theoretical concepts with personal or observed experiences. Assessment methods. Genogram projects, assess learners' ability to accurately represent and analyze family systems through genograms. Case study reports, evaluate written reports on case studies focusing on boundary analysis and subsystem dynamics. Participation in role plays, observe and provide feedback on learners' engagement in role plays, assessing their understanding of boundaries and roles within family systems. This lesson on the systemic perspective in family therapy aims to solidify learners' grasp of how families function as interconnected systems. By understanding the dynamics of homeostasis, boundaries, subsystems, and roles, learners are better equipped to analyze and address family-related issues in a therapeutic context. Through a blend of theoretical learning, practical application, and reflective practice, this lesson lays a crucial foundation for the effective practice of family therapy. Continuing from the systemic perspective, we'll delve into Lesson 1.3, Schools of Family Therapy, which rounds off the introductory module by exploring the major theoretical models that have shaped the practice of family therapy. This lesson provides a comprehensive overview of each school, its foundational theories, key contributors, and the distinct techniques and interventions characteristic of each approach. Lesson 1.3, Schools of Family Therapy. Objective: introduce learners to the major schools of family therapy, including their foundational theories, key contributors, and unique approaches to family therapy. Content overview. Structural family therapy, SFT. Foundational theory focuses on the family structure, including the organization of subsystems and boundaries. Key contributor, Salvador Minuchin. Techniques, enactments, boundary making, unbalancing. Application, how SFT intervenes to reorganize the family structure and improve function. Strategic family therapy. Foundational theory, emphasizes solving problems through changing the family's transactional patterns. Key contributors, J. Haley and Chloe Maidens. Techniques, paradoxical interventions, directives. Application, techniques are applied to alter dysfunctional family patterns and sequences. Bonian family therapy. Foundational theory, centers on differentiation of self and multigenerational transmission processes. Key contributor, Murray Bowen. Techniques, genograms, detriangulation. Application, aims to increase individual family members' differentiation to improve family relationships. Solution-focused brief therapy, SFBT. Foundational theory, focuses on desired outcomes rather than past problems. Key contributors, Steve D. Shazer and Insu Kim Berg. Techniques, miracle question, scaling questions, identifying exceptions. Application, emphasizes constructing solutions rather than solving problems. Narrative family therapy. Foundational theory, sees problems as separate from people and rooted in narrative or story. Key contributors, Michael White and David Epstein. Techniques, externalization, reauthoring, identifying unique outcomes. Application, helps families reframe and rewrite their stories in more empowering ways. How to do/apply. Exploring structural family therapy, SFT. Exercise, Role play to practice SFT techniques such as enactments in a controlled setting, focusing on altering family boundaries and subsystems. Discussion, analyze a case study through the SFT lens, identifying structural issues and proposing interventions. Understanding strategic family therapy. Activity, develop strategic therapy intervention plans for hypothetical family scenarios, employing paradoxical directives. Simulation, engage in role plays that demonstrate the application of strategic interventions in session. Applying Bonian family therapy. Group project, create a genogram for a fictional family and use it to discuss differentiation and multigenerational patterns. Reflection, discuss the importance of detriangulation in improving family dynamics. Solution-focused brief therapy, SFBT, techniques. Workshop, conduct mock therapy sessions that focus on SFBT techniques like the miracle question to foster solution building. Exercise, use scaling questions to assess progress toward goals in various family therapy scenarios. Narrative family therapy practices. Creative writing, encourage learners to rewrite a problem-saturated story from a case study, emphasizing agency and possibility. Role play, simulate narrative therapy sessions to practice externalization and reauthoring techniques. Educational strategies. Expert lectures, invite specialists in each school to present their approaches, providing first-hand insights and demonstrations. Case studies and analysis, use detailed case studies to illustrate the application of each theoretical model, enhancing understanding through practical examples. Interactive role plays and simulations, facilitate hands-on learning by immersing learners in role plays, enabling them to apply and witness the effects of various therapeutic techniques in action. Assessment methods. Model comparison essays, assess learners' comprehension of the different schools of family therapy by asking them to compare and contrast two models in an essay. Practical demonstrations, evaluate learners through their participation in role plays and their ability to apply specific techniques from different schools. Reflective journals, encourage ongoing reflection on learning, allowing learners to document their insights, questions, and applications of therapy models to hypothetical or real scenarios. This lesson concludes the introductory module by offering a broad and nuanced understanding of the diverse schools of family therapy. It equips learners with the foundational knowledge necessary to begin exploring the practical applications of these models in subsequent modules, laying the groundwork for effective and compassionate therapeutic practice. Moving from the foundational understanding provided in Module 1, we transition to Module 2, which focuses on techniques and applications in family therapy. This module is designed to equip learners with practical tools and methods for conducting family therapy sessions, managing family dynamics, and applying specific interventions based on the theoretical models introduced earlier. We begin with Lesson 2.1, Family Therapy Techniques. Module 2, Techniques and Applications. Lesson 2.1, Family Therapy Techniques. Objective: to introduce and practice the core techniques used across various schools of family therapy, focusing on their practical application within therapeutic settings. Content overview. Genograms. Definition: a graphical representation of a family tree that incorporates detailed information about the relationships among family members. Application: used for assessing family relationships and identifying patterns across generations. Circular questioning. Definition: a technique of asking questions that help family members consider relationships and problems from multiple perspectives. Application: facilitates understanding of family dynamics and opens up new viewpoints on issues. Reframing. Definition: altering the context or interpretation of a problem or situation to see it in a different light. Application: helps families move beyond entrenched perceptions and consider alternative narratives. Enactments. Definition: asking family members to act out or role-play a situation within a therapy session to observe and modify interactions. Application: directly addresses and alters dysfunctional interaction patterns. Miracle question. Definition: a technique that asks clients to imagine how their life would be different if they woke up tomorrow and their problem was solved. Application: helps clients identify goals and potential steps toward change. How to do/apply. Creating and analyzing genograms. Activity: guide learners through creating a genogram for a case study family, identifying key relationships and patterns. Discussion: analyze the genogram in groups, discussing insights and potential therapeutic interventions. Practicing circular questioning. Exercise: in role-play sessions, practice circular questioning techniques to explore family dynamics. Reflection: after the exercise, discuss how circular questioning provided new insights into the family system. Applying reframing in therapy. Workshop: use case studies for learners to practice reframing problematic situations or beliefs presented by family members. Application: role-play a session where reframing is used to shift a family's perspective on a conflict. Conducting enactments. Simulation: create scenarios where learners conduct enactments with volunteer family members, focusing on modifying interaction patterns. Feedback: provide constructive feedback on the enactment process, focusing on therapeutic presence and intervention effectiveness. Using the miracle question. Group activity: facilitate a mock therapy session where learners apply the miracle question to a hypothetical family issue. Creative exercise: have learners outline a step-by-step plan for the family based on the goals identified through the miracle question. Educational strategies. Interactive demonstrations: utilize live or recorded demonstrations of each technique by experienced therapists to provide clear examples of how they are applied. Skill-building workshops: organize workshops where learners can practice techniques in a supportive environment, receiving immediate feedback. Case-based learning: employ detailed case studies that require the application of multiple techniques, promoting integrative learning and critical thinking. Assessment methods. Technique application assignments: assess learners' ability to apply specific family therapy techniques through written assignments or video-recorded sessions analyzing case studies. Peer feedback: incorporate structured peer feedback sessions following role plays to enhance reflective learning and collaborative evaluation. Reflective essays: request learners to write reflective essays on the application of family therapy techniques in various contexts, emphasizing personal learning and potential areas for growth. This lesson on family therapy techniques marks the beginning of a deep dive into the practical skills necessary for effective family therapy. By providing a comprehensive toolkit of techniques and fostering an environment for hands-on practice, this lesson aims to prepare learners for the nuanced work of facilitating healing and change within families. Proceeding to the next part of Module 2 in our mini-course on family therapy, we focus on the practicalities of conducting family therapy sessions, addressing the setup, dynamics, and common challenges therapists may face. This leads us to Lesson 2.2, Conducting Family Sessions. Lesson 2.2, Conducting Family Sessions. Objective: equip learners with the knowledge and skills necessary for effectively setting up and conducting family therapy sessions, including goal setting, managing dynamics, and navigating complexities. Content overview. Initial session structure. Definition: the format and key components of the first family therapy session, crucial for building rapport, assessing family dynamics, and setting the stage for therapy. Application: guidelines for conducting an initial session, including introductions, establishing therapy goals, and explaining the therapeutic process. Setting goals with families. Definition: collaboratively establishing objectives for therapy that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART. Application: techniques for goal-setting discussions, ensuring that goals are aligned with all family members' needs and perspectives. Assessing family dynamics. Definition: the process of identifying patterns of interaction, communication styles, roles, and alliances within the family. Application, methods for assessing dynamics, such as observation, direct inquiry, and interactive exercises. Dealing with resistance. Definition, responses from family members that oppose or challenge the therapeutic process or interventions. Application, strategies for understanding the sources of resistance and techniques for engaging resistant family members constructively. Managing secrets and alliances. Definition, handling confidential information shared by individual family members and navigating subgroups within the family that have stronger bonds or alignments. Application, ethical considerations and therapeutic approaches to dealing with secrets and balancing alliances to avoid taking sides. How to do/apply. Practicing initial session structure. Role play, simulate an initial family therapy session with volunteers acting as a family, focusing on establishing a therapeutic alliance and setting goals. Discussion, debrief the role play to highlight effective strategies for initial sessions and common challenges. Goal setting workshop. Exercise, conduct a workshop where learners practice facilitating goal-setting discussions with mock families, employing SMART criteria. Feedback, provide and discuss feedback on goal-setting approaches, emphasizing clarity and family engagement. Assessing family dynamics. Activity, use video case studies to observe and identify family dynamics, followed by group discussions to analyze observations. Application, design an interactive exercise to be used in a session to reveal underlying family dynamics. Engaging resistance. Workshop, present scenarios featuring resistant family members and have learners develop and practice strategies to engage and motivate them. Reflection, reflect on personal reactions to resistance and discuss techniques for maintaining therapeutic neutrality and effectiveness. Ethics and alliances. Group discussion, facilitate a discussion on ethical dilemmas related to secrets and alliances, exploring potential responses. Case study, analyze a complex case involving secrets and alliances, proposing strategies for ethical and therapeutic handling. Educational strategies. Simulation and role-playing, utilize simulations to provide hands-on experience with conducting sessions, managing dynamics, and addressing resistance. Case studies and group work, employ case studies to facilitate understanding of complex family situations and encourage collaborative problem solving. Workshops on specific skills, organize workshops focusing on goal setting, assessing dynamics, and engaging resistance, allowing for practice and immediate feedback. Assessment methods. Practical demonstrations, assess learners through observed role plays, focusing on their ability to conduct sessions, set goals, and manage family dynamics. Written analysis, require learners to write analyses of case studies, demonstrating their understanding of family assessment and intervention planning. Peer and instructor feedback, incorporate structured feedback sessions to enhance reflective learning and skill development. This lesson on conducting family sessions addresses the core practicalities of family therapy, providing learners with essential skills for navigating the initial setup, goal setting, and the complexities of family dynamics. Through a blend of theoretical knowledge, hands-on practice, and reflective learning, this lesson prepares learners for effective and ethical practice in family therapy settings. Transitioning to the final lesson in Module 2 of our Family Therapy mini-course, we focus on the application of family therapy across different family issues and settings. This moves us into Lesson 2.3, Specific Applications in Family Therapy, where learners will explore how family therapy concepts and techniques are applied to a variety of common family challenges. Lesson 2.3, Specific Applications in Family Therapy. Objective, to demonstrate the application of family therapy techniques to various family issues, including marital problems, child and adolescent behavioral issues, mental illness, and transitions, equipping learners with the ability to adapt their approach to diverse scenarios. Content overview. Marital/couple issues. Definition, challenges and conflicts arising within marital or couple relationships, including communication breakdowns, infidelity, and financial disagreements. Application: techniques like empathic joining, conflict resolution strategies, and intimacy building exercises. Child and adolescent behavioral issues. Definition: behavioral and emotional challenges faced by children and adolescents within the family context, such as defiance, school problems, and sibling rivalry. Application: parent-child interaction therapy, PCIT, behavioral contracts and family meetings to address specific behaviors and improve family dynamics. Mental illness in the family. Definition: the impact of a family member's mental illness on the family system, including stress, stigma, and caregiving challenges. Application: psychoeducation, supportive counseling, and resilience-building strategies to support the family and the affected individual. Family transitions and life changes. Definition: adjustments to significant life changes affecting the family unit, such as births, deaths, divorce, or relocation. Application: normalization of transitional stress, communication enhancement, and ritual creation to facilitate adjustment and cohesion. How to do/apply. Addressing marital/couple issues. Role play. Practice conducting a couples therapy session focusing on improving communication and resolving conflicts. Exercise. Facilitate an exercise in empathy building between partners, using techniques from emotionally focused therapy, EFT. Managing child and adolescent issues. Workshop. Conduct a workshop on PCIT principles and techniques, including role-playing to practice specific interventions. Group activity. Design behavioral contracts and family meeting agendas tailored to hypothetical scenarios involving behavioral issues. Supporting families with mental illness. Case study analysis. Analyze case studies of families dealing with mental illness, identifying stress points and developing a support plan. Group discussion. Share strategies for psychoeducation and discuss ways to enhance resilience and support for caregivers. Navigating family transitions. Simulation. Create scenarios that simulate family transitions, practicing interventions that support communication and adjustment. Reflection. Lead a reflection session on the importance of rituals in marking transitions and fostering family unity. Educational strategies. Interactive learning. Engage learners through role plays, simulations, and workshops that allow for the application of theoretical knowledge to practical scenarios. Collaborative problem solving. Use group activities and discussions to encourage collective analysis and strategy development for common family issues. Reflective practice. Incorporate reflective exercises and discussions to connect personal experiences with professional practice, enhancing understanding and empathy. Assessment methods. Practical demonstrations. Evaluate learners' abilities to apply family therapy techniques to specific issues through role play and simulation observations. Written assignments. Require learners to complete case study analyses, demonstrating their ability to devise comprehensive treatment plans for diverse family challenges. Peer review. Implement a structured peer review process for group activities, providing constructive feedback to enhance learning and skill acquisition. This lesson, Specific Applications in Family Therapy, broadens learners' understanding of how family therapy can be applied to a wide range of issues, emphasizing the adaptability and diversity of therapeutic techniques. By exploring the nuances of different family challenges, learners are better prepared to tailor their approaches to meet the unique needs of each family, fostering positive change and resilience. This lesson concludes Module 2, setting the stage for advanced concepts and specialized topics in subsequent modules. Advancing into Module 3 of our Family Therapy mini-course, we shift our focus towards integrating individual and family therapy approaches, addressing cultural competence, and exploring ethical and professional issues specific to family therapy. This module aims to deepen the practitioner's ability to navigate complex therapeutic landscapes with skill, sensitivity, and adherence to ethical standards. We begin with Lesson 3.1, Integrating Individual and Family Therapy. Module 3, Advanced Concepts in Family Therapy. Lesson 3.1, Integrating Individual and Family Therapy. Objective: equip learners with strategies for effectively integrating individual therapy insights into the family therapy context, balancing individual needs with those of the family system. Content overview. Balancing individual and family needs. Definition: understanding the interplay between individual family members' therapeutic needs and the family's collective needs. Application: strategies for ensuring that individual therapy goals align with and support family therapy goals. Techniques for integration. Individual sessions in family therapy, guidelines for incorporating individual sessions into the family therapy process, including timing and objectives. Feedback loops, creating mechanisms for sharing insights from individual therapy with the family system in a way that promotes understanding and growth. Case coordination among therapists. Definition: the collaborative process between individual and family therapists, when different, to coordinate care and share relevant therapeutic insights. Application: best practices for communication and collaboration between therapists to enhance therapeutic outcomes. How to do/apply. Practicing balance. Role play: simulate a family therapy session where individual needs emerge as significant, practicing techniques to address these without derailing the family therapy process. Discussion: facilitate a discussion on strategies for balancing individual and family therapy goals. Applying integration techniques. Workshop: conduct a workshop on effectively integrating individual therapy insights into family sessions, including role-play scenarios. Exercise: develop a feedback loop mechanism for a hypothetical case where both individual and family therapy are occurring. Coordinating case management. Group activity: role-play a case coordination meeting between individual and family therapists, focusing on communication and collaboration techniques. Case study: analyze a case study that involves coordination between multiple therapists and develop a plan for integrated care. Educational strategies. Interdisciplinary learning: involve professionals from different therapy. Provide insights on collaboration and integration of therapeutic approaches, enhancing interdisciplinary learning and understanding. Simulations and role plays: use detailed simulations to mirror real-life scenarios where therapists must navigate the complexities of integrating individual and family therapy, providing practical, hands-on experience. Collaborative workshops: facilitate workshops that encourage active participation and collaboration among learners, fostering skills in communication, integration techniques, and case coordination. Assessment methods. Reflective journals: encourage learners to keep journals reflecting on their experiences and learnings from role plays and discussions, focusing on the integration of individual and family therapy. Group presentation: assess learners through group presentations on proposed strategies for balancing individual and family needs, including feedback loop mechanisms and case coordination plans. Peer feedback: implement structured peer feedback sessions following role plays and group activities, providing constructive feedback to enhance learning outcomes and encourage reflective practice. This lesson on integrating individual and family therapy provides a comprehensive exploration of balancing and blending different therapeutic approaches to best serve clients' needs. By equipping learners with the necessary strategies, techniques, and collaborative practices, this lesson prepares them to navigate the complexities of providing holistic and effective care to individuals and families. Moving forward. With the foundational understanding of integrating individual insights into family therapy established, the next lessons in Module 3 will delve into cultural competence in family therapy, Lesson 3.2, and ethical and professional issues in family therapy, Lesson 3.3. These topics will further refine learners' abilities to practice family therapy with sensitivity to diverse cultural backgrounds and adhere to high ethical standards, rounding out their expertise in advanced concepts critical to effective and respectful family therapy practice. Lesson 3.2, Cultural Competence in Family Therapy. Objective: to enhance learners' understanding of and ability to apply culturally competent practices in family therapy, acknowledging and respecting the diversity in family structures, beliefs, and values. Content overview. Understanding cultural competence. Definition: the ability of providers to effectively deliver services that meet the social, cultural, and linguistic needs of clients. Application: emphasizes the importance of recognizing, respecting, and integrating clients' cultural values and beliefs into therapy. Cultural variations in family structures and dynamics. Definition: differences in family roles, hierarchies, and dynamics across cultures. Application: strategies for adapting family therapy practices to align with the cultural context of the family. Incorporating cultural sensitivity into therapy. Definition: the practice of being aware of and responsive to the cultural identities and differences of clients. Application: techniques for creating a therapeutic environment that is inclusive and respects cultural diversity. How to do/apply. Cultural competence self-assessment. Exercise: engage learners in a self-assessment of their cultural competence, identifying areas for growth and development. Discussion: facilitate a group discussion on the implications of the self-assessment for therapy practice. Exploring cultural variations. Case study: analyze case studies that highlight diverse family structures and dynamics, discussing how cultural context influences therapy approaches. Role play: simulate therapy sessions with families from different cultural backgrounds, focusing on adapting techniques to be culturally congruent. Enhancing cultural sensitivity. Workshop: conduct a workshop on specific strategies to increase cultural sensitivity in therapy, including active listening and questioning techniques that elicit cultural perspectives. Group activity: develop culturally sensitive treatment plans based on hypothetical family scenarios, incorporating culturally relevant interventions. Educational strategies. Multicultural education: incorporate learning materials and guest speakers from a variety of cultural backgrounds to provide diverse perspectives on family therapy. Interactive learning: use interactive methods like role plays and simulations to practice cultural competence in a controlled, supportive environment. Collaborative learning: foster collaborative learning through group projects and discussions that explore cultural diversity and its impact on family therapy. Assessment methods. Reflective writing: assign reflective writing tasks that prompt learners to consider how their cultural background influences their therapeutic approach and how they can integrate cultural competence into their practice. Treatment plan development: evaluate learners' ability to develop culturally sensitive treatment plans through written assignments or oral presentations. Peer and instructor feedback: use structured feedback sessions to provide constructive criticism and encourage continuous improvement in cultural competence. This lesson aims to deepen learners' cultural competence, enabling them to respectfully and effectively address the needs of diverse families in therapy. By emphasizing the importance of cultural sensitivity and providing practical tools for its application, this lesson prepares learners to navigate the complexities of family therapy in a multicultural world. Next steps. With a comprehensive understanding of cultural competence established, the final lesson in Module 3, Lesson 3.3, Ethical and Professional Issues in Family Therapy, will focus on navigating the ethical dilemmas and professional challenges unique to family therapy. This will ensure that learners are not only skilled in therapeutic techniques but are also prepared to conduct their practice with the highest ethical standards, an essential component of effective and respectful family therapy. Lesson 3.3, Ethical and Professional Issues in Family Therapy. Objective: equip learners with the knowledge to navigate ethical dilemmas and uphold professional standards in family therapy, fostering ethical decision-making and professionalism in practice. Content overview. Ethical frameworks in family therapy. Definition: sets of principles and guidelines designed to help therapists navigate ethical dilemmas and make decisions that protect client welfare and integrity of practice. Application: overview of key ethical frameworks applicable to family therapy, including confidentiality, informed consent, and dual relationships. Confidentiality and privacy. Definition: the obligation of therapists to protect sensitive information shared by clients during therapy sessions. Application: managing confidentiality in the context of family therapy, where information is shared in a group setting. Informed consent in family therapy. Definition: the process of ensuring that all family members understand the nature, risks, and benefits of therapy, and agree to participate. Application: strategies for obtaining informed consent in a way that respects the autonomy and understanding of all family members. Navigating dual relationships. Definition: situations where the therapist has a role or relationship with the client outside of the therapeutic context, which could compromise professional boundaries. Application: guidelines for managing and avoiding dual relationships in family therapy. Professional development and self-care. Definition: ongoing education and practices aimed at enhancing therapists' professional skills and personal well-being. Application: importance of continuous learning, supervision, and self-care strategies to maintain ethical practice and prevent burnout. How to do/apply. Ethical decision-making models. Workshop: introduce ethical decision-making models specific to family therapy and conduct exercises to apply these models to hypothetical dilemmas. Discussion: facilitate discussions on challenging ethical scenarios encountered in family therapy, exploring possible resolutions. Confidentiality and privacy practices. Role-play: simulate family therapy sessions to practice techniques for maintaining confidentiality, such as using anonymized examples and securing informed consent for shared information. Exercise: develop a confidentiality agreement tailored to the complexities of family therapy. Informed consent procedures. Group activity: design an informed consent process that accounts for the diverse needs and comprehension levels of family members, including minors. Reflection: reflect on the challenges of obtaining truly informed consent in family therapy and discuss strategies to enhance understanding and agreement. Professional boundaries. Case study: analyze case studies that illustrate dual relationships and boundary issues in family therapy, identifying ethical breaches and proposing solutions. Guidelines review: update or create guidelines for managing professional boundaries, based on best practices and ethical standards. Promoting professional development and self-care. Personal development plan: encourage learners to create a personal and professional development plan, including goals for education, supervision, and self-care. Sharing session: share self-care strategies and resources among the group to build a supportive learning community focused on well-being. Educational strategies. Case-based learning: use real-life cases and hypothetical scenarios to explore ethical dilemmas, enhancing critical thinking and ethical reasoning skills. Interactive workshops: organize workshops that allow learners to actively engage with ethical frameworks and decision-making models through practical exercises. Reflective practice: integrate reflective exercises that encourage learners to consider their values, biases, and professional conduct in the context of family therapy. Assessment methods. Ethical dilemma essays: assign essays that require learners to analyze and propose resolutions to ethical dilemmas, demonstrating their understanding of ethical principles and frameworks. Practical demonstrations: evaluate learners through role plays or presentations that showcase their ability to navigate confidentiality, informed consent, and boundary issues. Peer and self-assessment: implement a combination of peer and self-assessment for reflective exercises and development plans, fostering a culture of continuous improvement and ethical awareness. By addressing the ethical and professional issues specific to family therapy, This lesson ensures that learners are not only skilled in therapeutic techniques but also prepared to conduct their practice with integrity, respect, and ethical consideration. This foundational understanding of ethical principles, coupled with practical strategies for navigating complex scenarios, positions learners to effectively manage the challenges they will face in professional family therapy settings. With the completion of Module 3, focusing on advanced concepts, cultural competence, and ethical practice in family therapy, learners are now prepared to move into the final phase of their training. Module 4, titled Practice and Professional Development, is designed to consolidate learning, emphasize real-world application, and foster continuous growth and development in the field of family therapy. This module aims to bridge the gap between theory and practice, ensuring that learners are well equipped to enter the professional world as competent, ethical, and reflective family therapists. Module 4, Practice and Professional Development. Lesson 4.1, Developing as a Family Therapist. Objective: guide learners in identifying their developmental needs as family therapists, creating a roadmap for professional growth and skill enhancement. Content overview. Skills and qualities of effective family therapists. Definition: core competencies and personal qualities that contribute to the effectiveness of family therapists. Application: self-assessment tools and feedback mechanisms for identifying strengths and areas for improvement. Training and certification in family therapy. Definition: the process and requirements for formal training and certification in the field of family therapy. Application: overview of accreditation bodies, certification pathways, and continuing education opportunities. Building a professional identity. Definition: the ongoing process of defining oneself as a professional within the field of family therapy. Application: strategies for developing a professional identity through mentorship, networking, and professional engagement. How to do/apply. Self-assessment and feedback. Exercise: complete a comprehensive self-assessment of skills and qualities relevant to family therapy, followed by seeking feedback from peers and supervisors. Discussion: facilitate a group discussion on the importance of continuous self-evaluation and openness to feedback in professional development. Navigating training and certification. Workshop: host a workshop with representatives from certification bodies to explain the process, requirements, and benefits of certification in family therapy. Action plan: guide learners in developing an action plan for pursuing further training and certification, tailored to their career goals and interests. Fostering professional identity. Networking event: organize a networking event with experienced family therapists, allowing learners to explore different facets of professional identity and opportunities for mentorship. Reflection: encourage reflective writing on how learners see their professional identity evolving and the steps they plan to take to realize their professional goals. Educational strategies. Expert panels and guest speakers: incorporate insights from experienced practitioners and educators to provide real-world perspectives on becoming a successful family therapist. Professional development workshops: offer workshops focused on specific aspects of professional growth, such as ethical practice, specialization areas, and the integration of new therapies. Mentorship and peer support: facilitate the establishment of mentorship relationships and peer support groups to encourage ongoing learning and professional support. Assessment methods. Professional development plan: assess learners based on the creation and presentation of a detailed professional development plan, including short-term and long-term goals. Reflective essays: evaluate reflective essays that explore the learner's professional identity, aspirations, and the steps they intend to take towards achieving their career objectives. Participation in professional activities: encourage and assess participation in networking events, workshops, and other professional development activities designed to enhance professional identity and skills. Completing Module 4 solidifies learners' readiness to apply their knowledge and skills in the real world, armed with a clear plan for continuous growth and a strong sense of professional identity. This module ensures that graduates of the mini-course are not only competent in family therapy practices but are also well prepared for lifelong learning and professional development in this dynamic field. As learners complete Module 4 and thus the entire mini-course on family therapy, the journey from foundational concepts to professional development culminates in a comprehensive understanding and readiness to practice family therapy with competence, ethical integrity, and cultural sensitivity. To bridge their newly acquired knowledge and skills with practical application and ongoing professional growth, a concluding segment is essential. This final phase will reinforce the course learnings, outline steps for real-world application, and encourage a commitment to lifelong learning and professional excellence. Course conclusion: bridging theory and practice. Objective: synthesize key learnings from the course, outline strategies for applying knowledge in practice, and encourage a commitment to continuous professional development in the field of family therapy. Content overview. Synthesis of key learnings. Review the core principles, techniques, and ethical considerations covered in the course, highlighting their interconnection and relevance to practice. Emphasize the importance of cultural competence and the ability to navigate diverse family dynamics sensitively and effectively. Transitioning to professional practice. Offer guidance on transitioning from a learning environment to professional practice, including tips for job searching, joining professional organizations, and starting private practice. Discuss the role of supervision and consultation in early professional development and the importance of finding a supportive professional community. Commitment to lifelong learning. Highlight the dynamic nature of the field of family therapy and the necessity for therapists to engage in continuous learning, skill enhancement, and personal growth. Provide resources for ongoing education, including journals, online courses, conferences, and workshops. How to do/apply. Developing a professional portfolio. Guide learners in compiling a professional portfolio that includes their resume, certifications, a reflective statement on their philosophy of therapy, and examples of case studies or projects completed during the course. Workshop. Organize a workshop on effective portfolio presentation and the use of portfolios in job applications and interviews. Creating a professional development plan. Facilitate the development of a personalized professional development plan that identifies goals for the next 1 to 5 years, strategies for achieving these goals, and metrics for evaluating progress. Encourage learners to include specific actions related to skill development, ethical practice, cultural competence, and involvement in professional communities. Engaging with professional communities. Provide a directory of professional organizations, online forums, and social media groups dedicated to family therapy. Host a networking event or virtual meetup with guest speakers from various specialties within family therapy to inspire learners and encourage professional connections. Educational strategies. Capstone projects. Encourage learners to complete a capstone project that synthesizes their learning and demonstrates their readiness to apply theory to practice. Alumni networks. Create an alumni network for course graduates, facilitating ongoing support, mentorship, and professional collaboration. Assessment methods. Portfolio review. Conduct a comprehensive review of learners' professional portfolios to assess readiness for professional practice and clarity of therapeutic philosophy. Presentation of professional development plan. Evaluate the thoroughness and realism of learners' professional development plans through presentations, offering feedback for refinement. Participation in networking events. Encourage and assess active participation in professional networking events, considering it part of professional development and community engagement. Moving forward. As learners conclude this mini-course on family therapy, they are encouraged to approach their professional journey with curiosity, humility, and a commitment to ethical practice. The course has aimed not only to provide them with a solid foundation in family therapy principles and techniques but also to instill an appreciation for the complexities and rewards of helping families navigate their challenges. Graduates are now equipped to make a meaningful impact in their communities, continuously evolve in their practice, and contribute to the advancement of the field of family therapy.